Hi and welcome student to this new tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to cover the Tailwind CSS in one shot, and this will help you in learning the modern CSS framework which is called Tailwind CSS, and this is I think the most popular framework in 2025, and most of the company and industries are using this framework for their designing. Okay, so I will teach this from basic to advanced, and it will help you in learning the framework, and you will never use again the core CSS in your project if you learn once this thing. Okay, so I will start from the introduction and to the animations part. Okay, and I'm going to guarantee you, if you learn this everything which I'm going to teach you in this video, then you will never use the core CSS again. Okay, so let me start from the introduction. So before starting, everyone should know that what is Tailwind CSS. Okay, so Tailwind CSS is a utility first class framework that provides a set of predefined classes, okay, to build modern web designs directly in your HTML. So it's kind of framework which gives the predefined classes, and you will have to use these classes in your HTML. What is the key features of Tailwind CSS? Here you can see utility first, so no need to write custom CSS. Okay, this is the first feature of Tailwind CSS. Highly customizable. Tailwind can be configured via a configurable file. If you want to give some custom styles, then you can give it with the configuration file. It gives you the configuration file. And responsiveness, so built in the support for responsive designs. uh, Easy to use, so reduce context switching between HTML and CSS files. So you will have no need to create a separate file for styling, and you can directly write the CSS in the HTML file. Okay, now let me set the Tailwind for you guys. So you will have to go to the Tailwind website. This is the Tailwind website. Here you can see this is Tailwind website, and here you will have to click this get started button, and in this you will have to go to the framework guides, and you can also choose it with play with CDNs if you want to include it in your HTMLs, but I'm not going to play with the HTML files. I'm going with React. So here you will go to framework guides, and here you will have to choose any framework with which you are going to work with, and I'm going with the Vite. Okay, and if you have not created the project, then you will have to choose this command. Otherwise, if you are going to import it in the existing framework project, so you will have to copy these commands. Okay, now you will have to paste it in your terminal in this way, and you will have to press the enter button, so it will install all these things. Okay, after this you will have to copy these things, and after installing these dependencies, you will there will a file created which is called tailwind.config, and you will have to paste these things in this file. Okay, and after this you will have to copy these three dependencies, and you will have to paste it in the index.css file, which is present in the src folder, and here you can see you will have to paste it here. Okay, after this the Tailwind will configure in your project, and you can use it. Now here I'm going to give you the demo. Let me run my server and go to the app, and here it is my app file. Okay, now here you will have to write the Tailwind CSS in the form of classes. Okay, so it gives the predefined classes. For example, I want the text color. Okay, you will have to directly pass the color which you want. For example, I want red color, and if you want to give it text size or font size, so here you will have to choose the XL or something. I will show you later what this XL means. So let me run the project. As I have already run here, now see here you can see the app. Okay, so it is predefined classes which I'm using in this my file. Okay, now let's go to the preview. Let me what is saying it further. Let me scroll it a little bit, and here now I set here is the installation steps. Okay, I did all these things. Now here is a basic concepts and classes. So utility classes, Tailwind uses utility classes for styling, such as text red 500 for red text, and the text BG blue 100 for light blue background, and P4 for padding. Okay, so if you want to give padding, then you will have to write P and how much padding you want, and you will have to choose this. Okay, after this if you want colors, then you will have to go with the text colors. Okay, now let me show you. For example, here I have some paragraph tag. Okay, now I want to apply color on this hello world, and here I want to apply some color classes on this. So I want to I want to make it blue, then blue. And these classes are starting from 50 to 900. These interlaces are coming with the help of one extension. I'm showing this extension to you guys. You will have to come to the extension part, and here you will have to search this Tailwind, and in this you will have to find this Tailwind CSS interlaces. Okay, it has bunch of downloads. Okay, so you will have to download this extension for interlaces. Okay, now here if I show you, here you can see this is now blue, hello world. Okay, and if you want to give it red, then go with red 950. It is the maximum class 950. Okay, I think I got some mistakes here. Let me 50. See, it gave me the error that you can't use two classes at the same time for color. So I'm deleting this one, and see here you can see now it is red. Okay, and if you want to make it light red, then 50 is a valid class for this one. See here it is on a visible. Now you can also give it custom class. For example, if you want to give it custom color, then you can go with this. If you want to give it a hash color, then you can go also with this. Okay, and if I show you, here you can see it is now visible. So if you want to give it some custom classes, you will have to wrap it in the bracket. Okay, so this was all about colors, and let me see what is further. For background, it is same to the text, but you will have only to change the text with the BG. Okay, so for example, if I am going to change it background, then how I will do this? I want it background to be red 300 400. Now let's see, here you can see now its background is 400. Okay, and if you want to make the background to some other color, for example, I want to background purple. Okay, you will have to choose this, change this thing, purple 400. Then see, you can see that now the background is a purple. Okay, and also you can give it the custom class. For example, I want that it should to be FFF okay, you can see now the background is changed to this color. So this was text, colors and background in Tailwind CSS. Now let me see what is further in this. So here is another concept which is called spacing, and in spacing we are going to teach about the margin and the padding. Okay, let me show you what these are. For example, I want to give this some amount of padding. Okay, now how I will, you will have to write the P for padding short. Okay, and after this you will have to define how much padding you want. If you want to give it 1, then let me show you, it is equal to 4 pixels. Okay, if you want to give it 2, then it is equal to I think 8. Okay, if I want to give it a 4, let me hover, how much is this? You can see it is equal to 16. Okay, so let me show you. Now the padding is applied from the whole sides. Okay, for the all sides, from the all sides. Okay, and if you want to give it from the x-axis, then you will have to write here x. You can see the padding is not from the x-axis only. And if you want to give it the padding from the y-axis, then you will have to write here the y. Okay, here you can see it is now from the y-axis only. And if you want to give it from one side only, for example, if I want to give it from top, then you will have to write T. Okay, here you can see now it's only from T, and for bottom you will have to write B, and from right you will have to write R, and from left it should to be L. Okay, in the same case, if you want to give it custom, then you will have to write in the brackets. Okay, here you can see now it is a 20 pixel getting from the left side. Okay, also same for the margin. Okay, if I'm going to give it margin, then you will have to write in the same case. Here you can see it get 2 margin from the all direction, it is equal to 8 actually. And if you want to give it custom, then in this way you can write here, you can see it's get 20 pixel of margin. And if you want from specific direction, for example, if I want from the x-axis, then you can write in this way. And if you want to write it to give it from the y-axis, then you can go with this class. Okay, and from all the direction R, B, T and L. Okay, so this was all about padding and margin in a Tailwind CSS. Let me see what is further. So further is the responsive design. So Tailwind makes it easy to apply style for the specific screen sizes. Okay, with responsive prefixes. For example, here is a SM, here is a medium, and here is a LG and a XL. Okay, let me show you what these classes are. For example, when my screen size is SM. Okay, Now let's see what the SM is. Let's give it a BG background color before BG to be blue 600. Okay, now let's see if the screen size is if the screen size is width is 600 or greater, then apply this color. Okay, now let me show you. If I make it okay, it's not applying SM. Let me apply another. If it is medium, then the BG should to be red 600. Okay, now let me see why it's not working. Here you can see now the color is to this. Okay, red. And if I decrease okay, I was not refreshed it because it was not working. Here you can see now it is blue, and if I decrease it, it's finished because it is going only to 640, I think. Okay, and if it goes higher from the 768, then it will turn to the other color. Okay, here you can see now it's turned to the red color. Okay, and here's another class is just like XL LG. Okay, and BG should to be green and of 800. Okay, if I increase it, okay, if it is reach to 100 1024, then it will get a green. Okay, here you can see it get green. Okay, so this was all about responsive design in Tailwind CSS. Now let's see what is further. Okay, here you can see if you want to copy these classes, you can also copy this one. So customization, if you want to customize the utility file of the configuration file of the Tailwind, so you can go and configure it with your custom classes. Okay, I want this custom class, so add a custom class. So how I can do this? Let me go to this preview, and here now I'm going to the Tailwind config file. For example, here where is it? It is here, and here you will have to go to the extend. In extend you will have to write the colors and your color class. Okay, so let me go to extend, and here I'm going to add this class. Okay, let me go to the Tailwind config, and here in this extend I'm going to add colors. Okay, it will give you the suggestion, and in this I am want my color. Okay, and my color is equal to what? This one. Okay, I don't know which color is this, but it give me suggestion. And if now I go to this and write here instead of this my color. Okay, now here you can see it is now visible. I had choose this one. Okay, let me, here you can see now it is applied successfully. So it was a configuration of a Tailwind file according to your wish. Okay, now let's see what the note saying further. Layout and display classes. Okay, so this is the main topic. So if you want to make the display black, then you will have to write black. If you want to make it inline black, then you will have to write, and if you want to flex or grid, accordingly you can go with these classes. Okay, so let me show you with code. Let me go to app.jsx, and here I want another. Okay, where is going? Roughs, and in this now I'm going to choose h2 hello world I am busy. Okay, so by default it has black display, and another p h2 hi I am doing well. Okay, and let me show you. Here you can see it is now visible. If I make it inline black, let me show you. Inline, you will have to write on inline, so it is not affecting because the other is black. So let me write here black class inline. So here you can see now it is inline. Okay, it is placed now inline. If I want to make it inline black, then you can go with inline black, and if you want to make it black, then you will have to write here only black, but by default it is also black. Okay, so here you can see now it is black. And if you want to give it the display fixed, let me show you. Here I'm going to create two divs. Okay, let's create here a div flicks. You will have to only write the flicks. Okay, and here I'm going to give it some classes. For example, I want to make the background of this to rate 600 and give it some amount of width. So width is also just like text, you can choose from 0 to 96. Okay, for example, I want to 32, so it is equal to 128 pixel, and if you want to increase to 60, then it will show you it is equal to 240 pixel. Okay, and here I'm going to select a height for this, so you can go with the 60. Okay, now let me show you whether it's working or not. Here you can see, okay, I have too much zoom it because it was too big. And now if I make it twice, for example, if I make it twice and choose another color for this one, for example, let me give it blue of 600. Let's see, here you can see it is now in one row. If I make it to initial, then you can see it is now in column shape. Okay, and let me give it flicks, and I want to be justify, and for justify content you can directly go with justify normal start, justify center. Okay, and if you want to align the items, then you will have to go with items and item center. Okay, this is very simple. And if you want to give some amount of gap, then you can go with the gap property. Okay, I want 4 gap, so let me show you how much gap is this. So this is equal to 16 pixel. Okay, now let's see. Here you can see now it get 16 pixel of gaps. So this was all about a display. If you want to give it the grid display, then you can go with the grid. Okay, instead of flicks. So grid, and here you will have to choose the columns. So grid calls of 3. Okay, it will now take 3 calls. If I want 2 calls, then it will take the 2 calls. Here you can see, if I remove the width and height from this place, and I think it will work properly. Okay, so you will must define the width and height in this. Okay, okay, now it's working properly. Okay, if you want to give it gap, then you can go with gap property again. Here 20, and it got the 20 gap. This 20 is equal to, I think, 80. Okay, you can see it's 80. Okay, so this was all about displays. Let me see what is further in this. So now it is time to learn about positions. So positions are also very easy in this. Let me go with positions. If there is a button, okay, for logout, and give it some style. Here you can go with BG2 red 500 and padding of 2, and around it, if you want to give it border radius, then you will have to go with the round. Okay, so for example, I'm going to give it rounded MD. Okay, so it is equal to what, let me show you. So border radius of 6 pixel. Okay, and if you want to make it little bit larger, then it will I think equal to 8 pixel. Okay, so this is border radius of 8 pixel, and I think it's enough, and I'm going to give it the F display. Okay, and from top I want to be 4, and from right it should to be 4. Okay, let me show you. Here you can see this logout button. Okay, and you can also go with the cursor, actually cursor pointer. Okay, here you can see it is a now cursor pointer on this button. So this was all about the position. Let me show you other position also. If you want to make it in this div, then you will have to make it relative. Let's see, now it is a little bit down from the other place. Okay, now let me give it some amount of margin of 20, I think. Now you can see it is now relative to this parent div. Okay, and you can also give it the fixed property. For example, if I want to make it fixed, then you can give it the fixed property. Okay, now it is now fixed on this place. Okay, so this was all about positioning in Tailwind CSS. So here is another transition and transform property. So transition adds a transition effect and a duration transition in milliseconds, and ease in ease out are the easing function. Okay, so let me show you. For example, on this button I want to add this. So you can add here a pseudo classes. For example, if when I want hover on this, then I want to the background turns to rate 200. Okay, now let me show you. Here you can see it is now turning to 200, but it is not giving some effect, so I want to add effect to this. So for this I'm going to add the transition. If I show you transition all, and let me show you. And if you want to increase the duration, then you can go with duration of 100. Let me show you how much time it taking. So it is equal to 100 ms. You can go with the others. For example, let me show you 1000 it take 1000 ms for a duration. Okay, let me show you. Here you can see it's taking a good time. And if I want to add the another things, for example is in out, then you can add it in this way. Here you can see now the effect is also added. So this was all about transition. Let me see what is further. So also you can go with transform. For example, if you want to enable the transform, you will have to write the transform, and after this you will have to, if you want to enable the scale, rotate or anything, you can go with these things. Okay, let me show you with code. I want to enable the transform. Okay, I don't know why it's not working, and I want to scale it to 105. Here you can see, and if I hover it, it gives a lot of classes. Okay, here you can see it is now scaled. Okay, if I refresh it, it's scaled to little bit. Okay, you can also give it custom classes. For example, if I want to scale it accordingly, then I can go with the 2. Okay, now let's see, it is too big. Okay, so you can go if you want to 1.1. okay, right, if you want to rotate it little bit, rotate to 6. Here you can see it is now rotated. Okay, and if you want to rotate it on 45, I think 45 is also, here you can see it is now 45. And if you want to rotate on 90, then you can go with 90. Okay, so this is all about transform property in a Tailwind CSS. Okay, so I think there were also some classes which were related to text and font typography. So I'm going to teach you without notes. Okay, so if you want to increase this font size, text size, for example, here I have a paragraph lorem of 10. Now if you want to apply a text property in this, then you can go with the text, and you will have to choose this size. For example, if you want to choose it SM, then it will kind of equal to 14 pixel. Okay, and if you make it medium, then it kind of equal to how much, let me show you. So it's not showing, let me show you with here. Here you can see no, it's good, but if I make it Excel, okay, let's see. Here you can see it is now increased, and you can go with 3XL. It is too bigger now, and I think you can choose up to 9XL. okay, if I'm not wrong. Here you can see it is too bigger now. Okay, so this was all about text sizes. And if you want to make the text in center, then you can go with the text center class. Okay, here you can see now the text is centered. Okay, here you can see this one. And if you want to make it left, then it is left. And if you want to uppercase it, you will have to select the uppercase class. Here you can see now it is in uppercase. Okay, and if you want to make it bold. So for this you will have to select the font, and for this you will have to choose the width, weight. So I'm going with bold. Here you can see it is now bold, and if you want to make it semi bold, then you can go with the semi bold class. Okay, so this was all about Tailwind CSS. It is very easy to configure in your project, and it is very helpful. Okay, now let me show you how to create a simple navbar with this. For example, here is a navbar, and I'm going to create a navbar class, and this class here is an h2, and this is the brand name. For example, I am coder. Okay, and there is a div. Okay, and in this div I'm having some li's, which is equal to home, li about. Okay, another li which is equal to contact. Okay, so let me show you. Here you can see these three things. Now I'm going to make it style. Okay, so come to this. Here I'm going to make this flex and justify between. Okay, now let's see. You can see now these things. Now I want to give it some amount of padding, for example pf2. Now let's see. Here you can see the padding, and now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and for this now I'm going to Excel. Okay, and I'm going to increase it weight. So font extra bold, not extra light, extra bold. Okay, so here you can see, but I'm going to increase the size little bit further to 4XL. Okay, so now it is good. And if you want to change it color, then go with text rate 600 and BG green 400 500 and PF2 and round it LG. Okay, now let's see. You can see this now, and if I want to make it flex and give some amount of give, then come to this div, and here you will have to write class name, and this should to be flex and gap of 4. Let's see. Here you can see now it is good. And if you want to align the item in center, then how you will have to come to this, and you will have to write here the items to be center. Okay, so how quickly we created this new bar with the help of Tailwind CSS. If you want to have a hover effect on these links, then how I will do it. Here you will have to come to this li, select all these three, and here give it a class name and cursor pointer. Okay, and when I hover on this, then the text should to turn gray of 400. Okay, now let's see whether it's working or not. Here you can see it's working pretty well. Okay, now let me see. Style none. Okay, if I want to remove this dot from this, then how I will do this. I will have to Tailwind list style. Okay, then list none. Okay, and you will have to choose this list none. Okay, list none, and also for these three. Okay, let's see. Here you can see now this list style is now disappeared. Okay, and if you want to give it background color to this main, then you can go with BG, or you can go with shadow. Okay, so shadow give a huge effect. For example, I am going to shadow Excel. Wow, you can see here is a shadow effect. So this was all the utilities classes which you will have to use in your project. Okay, so must remember these things. If you create a project with this, then you will remember all these things. Okay, so this is not as difficult as people are saying that Tailwind is difficult. So keep me in prayer. Bye bye.